I really love playing Smash Brothers. I'm going to have a very difficult time playing it on the Wii U, however, with Smash 4 because I never had a GameCube adapter that would allow me to use a GameCube controller on the Wii U. I was trying to decide for a few weeks between getting this, a Hori Battle Pad for the Wii U, or a PDP controller for the Wii U. Both of those controllers emulate the GameCube controller, this one more so. So you could guess that I was obviously going to go for the Hori Battle Pad because it was a lot closer to the GameCube controller than the PDP one was. This is an original GameCube controller. I've used it for years and years and years. It's got your analog R and L triggers. A lot of travel. GameCube controller was famous for having a lot of travel on its R and L triggers. Certain games would take advantage of the fact that you could lightly press it or fully press it in to make different things happen in the game. I love that feature. I wasn't a big fan of this Z button. It only has the one on the right side, so you could tell how this would make porting things to the GameCube a little difficult. D-pad, I never liked it. Too small, not a big fan of that. Love this control stick. I love that sound. Oh, the clicky GameCube controller sound. It's classic. C-stick, great for Smash Brothers. Not that great for anything else. This one has a hat, this one does not. So it's only good for games where you don't need to move the camera a lot. The Hori Battle Pad for the Wii U doesn't change that. C-stick's the same. Control stick is largely the same. Same face pad layout, face buttons. D-pad has been improved. This D-pad is larger. Feels a lot more tactile. I prefer it. One of the biggest changes with this controller is the R and L triggers. On the Hori pad, R and L have very little travel compared to the travel on the GameCube triggers. The R and L triggers on the Hori Battle Pad are also digital. This means that they're either pushed in and telling the game that you're pressing the R or the L trigger, or they're not pushed in which case nothing happens. It's digital. These were analog. I prefer this, but this isn't bad either. That's up to personal preference, I believe. If you like quick action, you like this. You want an analog approach where there's multiple things you can do with the R and L triggers, you want this. For Smash Brothers, perhaps this is better. I don't know. It's lighter. Hori pad, it's light, but not so light that it feels cheap. GameCube controller, I always felt it had a perfect weight to it, but hey, maybe I can chalk that one up to a better build quality. Perhaps with this one they didn't have to make it as heavy. I don't know how the manufacturing processes have changed since then, but anyway, this one's a little light. This one, GameCube controller, had that one Z button. Not anymore. Hori has two. You've got turbo mode. I don't really use it. Home button, select, start. This controller will be recognized as on the Wii U as a classic controller, so this is actually has a much wider range of functionality than you would get out of the GameCube controller adapter for the Wii U. This one is supported by all the Virtual Console games, in addition to Smash Brothers, where a GameCube controller adapter for the Wii U currently is only supporting the Smash Brothers game and not the Virtual Console games. So for my dollar, this has a much wider range of functionality. It plugs into the Wiimote, so it's not in fact completely wireless. you are going to get slight latency, just like that. I got the Mario colored one. This comes currently in Luigi, Mario, and Pikachu. One of the first things I noticed about the Hori Pad was that when you push one of these buttons, you have this amount of travel. But if you keep pushing, you can push the button almost to the point where it feels like the button is going to slip under the faceplate. So you have regular travel, and then you have sponginess if you keep pushing. GameCube controller. Regular travel. If you push it, it never feels like it's going to go beyond its point of maximum distance, giving the entire GameCube controller a more quality feel. Whether or not this is going to impact your gameplay, I have no idea, but it's just one of the first things I noticed and I thought I'd mention it. Now, I might have to put these close together for you to notice this. Do you see anything different about the control stick? The main analog stick on the Hori Pad is slightly closer to the D-pad than the standard GameCube one is. You can see this analog stick is mounted exactly in the center of this circle. This one is not. It's slightly closer to the D-pad. I don't know why. What's the point of that? It's not good or bad, it's just strange. I paid, I think, $29 for my Hori Battle Pad, and I've played a few hours of Smash Brothers, played a few of my Virtual Console games, and it felt great. I've never used a Pro controller for the Wii U, so I can't comment on that, but as far as emulating the GameCube controller, and having the functionality of being able to work with Virtual Console games, you really can't go wrong. I haven't played with the PDP controller, but I ultimately sided with the Hori controller largely because the PDP controller looked a little bit cheaper. And being manufactured by Hori, I was inclined to trust it a little bit more, because they seem to be a good manufacturer. If you've never used a GameCube controller before, and you're playing Smash 4, and you don't want to go for an adapter because you want a controller that's going to work for a wide variety of games on your Wii U, this is definitely the best controller you can get. If you are a veteran of the GameCube controller and you're trying to decide between an adapter or the PDP controller, this is the best controller you can get. If you are a GameCube controller veteran and you're looking to play Smash 4 either competitively or for long periods of time at a high level of play, you're going to want to go with an adapter. Just be aware that the adapter does not make the GameCube controller be recognized by the Wii U as a Virtual Console controller in any way. So you're not getting as much functionality. This, for $30, it's a fantastic deal. It feels great. I love it.